Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. I confess I was editing this one and I thought I forgot to do an introduction. I forgot to say hello at the beginning. So here I am strategically directing my camera this way because it's part one of the first declutter, major declutter, sort out, organisation of this studio. I talked about this a little while ago in the one, I think I titled it My Studio Isn't Working, and then all summer long we were just working outside and I didn't have time to actually do anything about it. Oh, hello Merlin. So yeah, if you didn't see that video, I'll just quickly explain that this room is like my sewing room, it's my craft room, and it's my art studio. It's just become a bit overwhelming. There's too much in here, so I need to do some decluttering, tidying up, sorting out, a big whole lot of organising, and I'm really excited to delve into this, but I can only do a little bit at a time. I just wouldn't have the time or energy to do the whole room in one go, so I'm sorting it out bit by bit. So it's going to be like a whole series of videos which I hope are going to be fun to watch because I love watching a good studio sort out. So I hope you enjoy this series. Well, I don't know quite how I manage it. Definitely one of my skills. I do manage to make my room pretty messy quite quickly. So I need to have a bit of a tidy up before I can properly get cracking on the proper sorting and decluttering and getting rid of stuff. So let's do this. So for now I'm sorting these things into boxes just to put inside my drawer or just to put somewhere, I'm not sure where yet. But these are so pretty, these bottles. I think I do need to find some like open storage where I'll actually see these because they're so lovely. Aren't they lovely to look at? Look at, yeah. The inks that I've already shown you in a different video, these are the ones that I used before on that other picture. So, but again, they're so nice to look at. I'd really like these to be on display somehow, but I've got no open shelving in this room at all, really. So I don't know, maybe some eBay browsing is on the cards for some storage. There, that looks better, doesn't it? And I've got one Tim Holtz Distress Spray Stain that I haven't tried yet, so I'm looking forward to trying that. And I'll just put that slightly differently on its side. There. Oh, they are lovely. Their craft supplies really are nice to look at as well as to use. Well, improvements are slowly being made. There's a much bigger improvement on the desk, and yeah, even just sort of here and there around the room where I've just been generally seeing things, thinking, oh, I could put that away, I can sort that out. I've been doing that, and it's quite, yeah, it's starting to feel different. It's starting to notice. Yeah, I mean, this is the desk now, which obviously still needs quite a lot of work. I mean, it's just, you know, I've had a bit of a tidy up and it's much better than it was. You can at least see that there is a desk there and it's not just a mountain of mess. And even over here, there were several items of clothing that I hadn't realised didn't need to be out. I think I had them out for a listing on the Threads of a Fairy Tale website, getting the measurements and that sort of thing. And there's still a couple more things that can go away shortly. I'm just going to do some changes to this dress that I wanted to do. And that top, oh, I had that out for a Patreon video, that's right. And then the turquoisey fabrics, that can go away quite easily because that wasn't needed in the dress that I was making a month or two ago. And even the floor is muchly improved, even right up to the baskets here. There were previously boxes just lined up all the way here. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. The floor is not looking too bad. Rafiki, where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Rafiki? Yes, there's not a space for you there. Oh, you usually go in the windowsill. Let me move those pictures. Then you can go back to your spot on the windowsill. There you go. Yeah, I've just been looking around the room and thinking I need a bit more arty storage. I need some places to put my big pictures and things like that. So as I'm doing this, as I'm going around and sorting things out, I shall see what I need, see what I come up with, see what ideas I have for new storage. Which is exciting. I always love storage. I love storage. Tell me in the comments, is this a weird thing or do you relate? I just love looking up little storage boxes, little storage drawers, like my little cabinet of drawers there that I got from W.H. Smith's. You know, just little things like that with little drawers, little cupboards, little shelves. And then all the organising to go with it. I love, 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 love all that. So, oh, gone dark. Let me try and lighten up a bit. So the next plan of action is to start picking out particular spots around the room, and I think I want to start with this corner. See, from here it looks quite tidy, but behind those sewing machines there's just mess. There's just all unorganised mess. There's a little set of shelves. It's really hard to work backwards. Yeah, there, which you can't really see in the shadows. I hardly use anything on that, so that definitely needs resorting, and I'd like to sort of, I'm thinking about I could go up the wall in that corner with some more shelves and things. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start in this corner, and let's take you on a series, because as I said in my sort of introduction video that I just need to do a bit at a time. So I thought I would just sort of take you around bit by bit, and maybe in a year's time when I'm on part 24 or whatever, we'll finally get this room done. But there's no point in pretending that I can do this all in one go. I just can't. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this whole studio sort out organising thing. I'm actually really looking forward to getting this done because I need the space. I need the space so badly. So we have done plenty of tidying up videos on this channel of this studio, but never before have I done things in proper detail. As is my style, I just have a pile of things and I push it to the back. So we're going to go through every single item on that shelf, check what's there. I'm going to go through everything in all of these like little shelves and things in these baskets, and then head towards those shelves and clear up these bits and bobs at the back here so I can push the sewing machine right against the wall. I've been on eBay again buying art supplies, and I've got an exciting new thing to show you. I can't wait to have a try with this. It looks like so much fun. So I thought I'd bring you up close and so you can see what we've got. Yeah, this is exciting, exciting. Yeah, they've packed in a nice box for me, that's good. Well protected for the journey, that's for sure. I can't remember what I bought actually. What are these? Icicle Creek. She's written Icicle Creek on there, which sounds like she might have changed the colours. I don't know, because underneath it says Icy Primrose Gold. Looks like a primrose gold to me, so I'm not sure. So it says a starburst, moon glows starburst stain. Two-way inks make brilliant colour washes and gorgeous iridescent starbursts with ease. Just add hot water, stir or shake and daub or splat. Another dazzling product from Lindsay's Stamp Gang. Okay, that's something new. I assume it's already had the hot water added to it. And so we've got Edelweiss Moss Green. I hope you can hear me all right. When it's rainy like today, the road just gets so loud. Mountain Lavender Gold. So I don't know what two-way means. Maybe it's like two-tone type thing. Alpine Ice Rose. And Frosted Forget-Me-Nots. It just says inks. I don't know whether that's pigment ink, dye-based ink, or what. We'll just have to experiment. There's two pots in here. Again, it's just got starburst stains. So it's another kind of ink or paint or something. So this is Ramblin' Rose Pink and Canna Lily Burnt Orange. It's interesting. But this is the product that I'm excited about. This is the one. And it's called, and apologies if you've come across this before, but I'd never seen it before, so I'm quite excited. And it's called Pixi Powder, and it's from Cosmic Shimmer. And I'll show you what it's like in a minute. I mean, I had no idea. I had to look it up on YouTube, and it just looks exciting. So I'll just quickly show you the colours I've got, and then I've got another box actually to show you as well, which I think is just Pixi Powders. So we've got Purple Violet, Ancient Copper, I don't know why we've got two different types of bottle, Mango Blaze, Plum Twist, Aqua Lagoon, Candy Pink, Lava Red, Midnight Blue, Peacock Green, and lastly Silver Dream. Cool, but it doesn't stop there. I've got another unboxing. I obviously loved the look of these and wanted more. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm really pleased because I had no idea how many duplicates I was going to get. We've got hardly any, so that's exciting. Right, I'll bring you around to behind my art desk here, and we'll discover what these things do. Okay, I thought I'd pick up the mixed media pad, but it's a bit more lightweight than I thought it was actually. It's only 160 grams, so we'll see. I've only used it a couple of times. I think I bought this actually when I was in America, that's why. And these are the pictures that I painted while we were away in America for a few weeks. I've got my water spray, and I'm going to start by wetting the paper randomly. And then I'm just going to do some blues and greens, like it's a seascape or something. So, as far as I can tell, you just take off the lid and pat it. Oh my gosh. So apparently it's a mix of mica and dye powder, so it's a little bit shimmery. I think actually I need to make the paper a bit wetter. Gosh, look! So Midnight Blue is basically a mix of blue and purple. I'm desperate to try the firework burst actually. Do I need to shake them or anything to mix them up? Yes, shake bottle before use. Oh my god. So if you're new here, you might not know that I've been like experimenting with interesting sort of abstract backgrounds. Oops! Oh no, what do I do? Just sort of gently brush that back on or something. Let's try again. I don't think I've got a good... in fact, there's just a few bits on the... So this is like dark red. I'm really terrified not to get a big... Dark red and black, I think. That's interesting. So let's try Aqua Lagoon. So this is drying too quickly. Bit of kitchen roll. Should I dab this up? Because that's gonna... Let's dab that a bit and that bit there. Can't see much shine from the mica at this point, but we shall see. Oh, that is pretty. Wow. Right, let's, oh, this is exciting. Let me just let that settle for a bit, or I'll move it around the page. So I've got this behind me. This is a background I've done recently, which I did with ink spray, and I am really sort of like getting into this sort of style of mixing a sort of abstract with something a bit more representational. So abstract skies and backgrounds. It's just the thing that I'm sort of working on. I don't know if you'd call it working on, playing on, really. I'm going to mix that back up and see what happens. Let's just mix it in a bit. Oh yeah, let's mix it up into that black. Maybe I have to wait for it to dry for the mica shininess to show through. I have to be honest, I'm not so fussed about the shininess. Oh, I think I can see it as I'm tilting it. I can see some shine. And then I'm just going to do one more, I think. I think we've got the idea now. Peacock green at the bottom, so it can be like a seascape, a nighttime seascape. I'm starting to get the hang of how to use these pots now. You just sort of tap the end of them very gently. Oh, it's very unpredictable, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So do you know what? I'm just going to leave that actually and come back to it when it's dry. Maybe I'll have to tear this off. Ugh. I should have done this to begin with, really, shouldn't I? I think for a start it might be more suitable for thicker paper, but this is an opportunity, I suppose, for me to just use up some paper that turned out not to be quite as good as I thought it was going to be, let's face it. I'm going to do some pretty colours, can't help myself. So the thing that I think this is going to be good for is night skies, like galaxies. Let's try aubergine. Can you imagine this in a night sky scenario? I think that looks so nice. Let's try a little bit of mango blaze. Now I'm sort of learning how to... Oh no! What was I just saying? Oh my gosh, you have no control whatsoever. Let me flick some of this back on. See, now these are not cheap, I don't think. This is when you sort of become glad that you found a bargain on eBay, when half your product goes on the desk when it shouldn't do. Desperate to try the copper. Oh. I wanted that mixed in a bit more, I'll be honest. Didn't want just a blob. It just seems that when you wet, it just splurges. You don't get that the dots, which I do quite like. And let's try some candied pink. Lastly, I'm probably mixing too many colours now. That is pretty. So I'm going to keep this one a little more subtle and leave it at that. Well, I will try and come back to you when it's all dry, and I'll try and show you my finished pieces, whatever it is I decide to do. But I can't guarantee that'll be in this video. That might be in an upcoming video. We'll see how time goes. And then lastly, I want to try those ink sprays quickly. I'm just almost going to swatch this. Oh, I can see the mica in this. This is going to be shiny, I think. Ooh. That's pretty. That's nice. This is where I shouldn't have a slopey. Yeah, look. Desk. Oh, that's a pretty colour. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that. Referring back to this, I mean, look how bright those colours are. I do generally prefer a more toned down colour palette. This is kind of perfect. Look, these are pretty, pretty. So I'll have to look up this brand because this is not something I've heard of before either. Starburst Stains. Oh, so this is meant to be Icy Primrose Gold. I have to say, very icy. Not much pigment in that. Again, nice, and I can see the sheen. I bet you when it's dry I'll be able to see that better. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? That's a shame. I've made a little bit of a mess of this paper now because some of those dried bits have just cracked and interfered with my other colours, which is a shame. Oh, these are both pretty colours. I'm going to give that a little time to dry and then I'll show you close up and tilt the paper so you can hopefully get an idea of what the sheen is. So it's obviously quite subtle, which is nice. It's what I prefer. Let me give that another try. Ignore these. These are where I opened the lid for those two and it's all contaminated, which is a shame. No, that's not happening. That's a very subtle gold. But that's fine. It's nice to have subtle. Okay, see you soon. Right, I'm just going to have to quickly show you how these have dried. They're more or less dried. They're a little bit damp still actually, but look at that shine. Look at that shine. Isn't it pretty? I love it. So that's that one. And these here too. Look how pretty they are. Wow. I love it. It's just magical. And then lastly there were those other sprays. Those that came out really sort of pastel-y. You couldn't see this at all when it was wet, could you? So yeah, they've just got this beautiful, beautiful sparkle. So this here, don't forget, is actually just where I spilled some of the like crusty bits from the lid of those two paint pots. Now, is that going to show on camera? The copper looks very shiny, but the pink is as well. And what a vibrant pink, isn't that amazing? I didn't think they were going to be very shimmery, but wow, just wow. So yeah, like I said before, I don't know if I'll have time in this video to show a finished piece, but I thought you'd be interested in seeing these anyway. Right, I'm off to bed now. Good night. Well folks, I haven't shown you my shed. After doing the garage clear out, I think the shed is required to be next. But I'm coming in here for, and now I can see it. This is the problem. Some of the stuff has come out of the garage. Chris didn't want it in his garage. His in inverted commas, by the way. Hang on, I'm going to need to put this down. Oh, that actually works there. Right, underneath this rake and a hoe is, oh, and a mop, there's a set of shelves. Can you see it? It's blue. So that's what I'm aiming for, that set of shelves. Wish me luck getting to it. Oh. Gotcha. Got it, Merlin. So here we are. So this is a little mini bookshelf, I suppose, a little set of shelves that we've had since our first house, which would have been 27 years ago. I hope I can sort this bent one out. Yeah, as we did in the mid-90s, painted it blue and covered it in denim. like you did. So we've even got the pocket, pair of Chris's old jeans these were, and they're so faded actually, they're quite pale. I might leave it. I'll show you the one in my study in a sec, because that one I painted. Let's just give this a bit of a clean out for now. Actually, I'm going to quickly pop this outside before I go with a cloth and run it down with a brush. Get all these cobwebs out of it. Lyra? Yeah, do you like it? So I'm getting through this bit quite quickly actually. I think I actually did a bit of a clear up about a year ago, so it's not too bad. I've got a little collection of rubbish, some flowers that I feel like they need some dye or something, or I might not use them. The leaves are quite plasticky, but yeah, so I'll have to think about that. And we've got some buttons. I know this little doily went on top with an elastic band. I need to find another elastic band, and I have no idea whether, yeah, this came out of the lamp, it's too dim, and some other bits that's part of a cutting thing, a fan, and some curtain hooks. And then this corner, this side looks actually worse than it is really. Well, I don't know, it looks like I haven't cleaned down here for many a decade, but actually it's just this bad because above it, I don't know if you can see, yeah you can see, there's obviously been some sort of damp here in the past, and the cornicing is not properly flush against the wall, so every time one of us walks around the bedroom a whole load of old plaster from the walls above fall in. So I need to get up there with some sort of sealant or something to stop that happening, because I want my sewing machines under here and I don't want them to get ruined with plaster dust. So I'm going to carry on now. There's more bits and bobs further back. A gorgeous stash of pearls. A knitting needle. Don't know why I've got that. Some fabric paint. We've got a flyer for my book. There we are. Bits of paper. Oh, we've got a whole stash of flyers. It's because I took them around Glastonbury Festival one year to promote it. I could, probably don't need those now. And this is my original sketch of my logo. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the corner of the video, the bottom right hand corner, there's my little sketch of a quill, which I thought would make quite a good logo for me. So there we are, that's the original. I'll have to ask Chris if I still need to keep that. And he's probably got it on the computer now, but just in case. And I've just spotted more flyers. I may as well show you quickly. These are my original Oshun flyers from when I was doing the wholesale business. And that's when I just started with kids' clothes. Not a bad design, I think. By the way, I still use these colours in my branding. That sort of pale, light bluey turquoisey colour I still use. I use a darker purple nowadays. No, the peachy colour I use isn't there, but that's quite interesting. Right, okay, I'm going to go through every single thing on this little shelf unit and try to be ruthless, try to get rid of things I'm not using. I'm probably not using most of this now. This, by the way, was done by my granddad. He used to do calligraphy. I want to frame that and put it in the kitchen actually, because it's very kitcheny colours. So I'm talking about it now because when I finish this room completely and do a tour, hopefully it won't be in here. Hopefully it will be properly sorted and put in the kitchen. My current task is sorting through some little boxes of jewellery. This lot I'm getting rid of. This lot I'm thinking about keeping actually, because these little brooches, I wear brooches a lot because either in summer I need really lightweight ones, often to pin my shawl, my lightweight shawls over my shoulders, and in the winter I'm flipping fed up of cardigans with no buttons, so I wear a brooch. So some of these are not really what I would choose to buy. Maybe I should be a bit more ruthless, but they're just useful. They're just useful, these little things to have. Plus I kept a hat pin because just in case I need a hat pin, you know, might need to stab someone in an Agatha Christie or something. And I kept this scarf thingammy. I don't know what do you call it? A scarf? I don't know what you call it. But occasionally I watch something vintage and think, oh, I want to wear one of those. And this one is not a bad one, really. And I've got 2 more boxes to go through. There's this stuff here, and there's this stuff here. This was when I was on a mission to add steampunky bits to my steampunky clothes that I was making. And a lot of the brooches, actually, I bought job lots really cheap because I was after the circle brooches for Khaleesi costumes. You know, she had a big gold circle brooch to hold her top together. So I'd buy job lots that might have had like 3 or 4 circle brooches in. I've used those and this is what was left over, so I'll probably sell these as a big job lot on eBay as well, and hopefully someone will find them useful for something. I will let Rain and Jude have a quick look through. Rain might be interested in that one as it's pink and sparkly. Okay, let's carry on with this. I've also decided to get rid of all of these little tubs that I've kept of bits and pieces. I think, again, I'll offer them to the kids because Rain might want these 2 in particular for felting. She might want the flowers for making flower crowns. Like these ones are pretty good for like if you're making a pair of horns on a hairband. These ones are pretty good for covering the join. And I don't really have use for the feathers, so I think they're going to go as well. But I have pulled out the 2 prettiest ostrich feathers. I'm going to keep them. I don't know why. Well, I'm so excited for this extra storage, and I think Chris wanted to throw that shelf thing away, and I rescued it, and I know it's manky, but it's not going to be seen at all, so it's fine. I'm going to shove this up right up to the edge, and the top won't be seen either. I've got another one of these Ferrero Rocher pots to put under here, so it's sort of resting on the edge, these 2. And I'll just have to remember not to pull them all out at once. So if I pull one out, the others will take the slack and hopefully the whole thing won't just fall off. I know it's a bit precarious. The problem with living in an old house, as well as like gaps like that in the ceiling, is that the plaster is so old it just doesn't support heavy wooden shelves, so I don't think there's even any point in screwing that to the wall, but I think it will be okay. I think so, fingers crossed. Yeah, so I'm just now really excited to fill this with some of my new art supplies, some of my old art supplies, and start working on this stuff here. I've already taken off one of the, I used to keep some of the buttons up here, that's moved over to that shelf there. Hang on, let me go over. So this is where I'm keeping a lot of my arty crafty bits, and it's getting overcrowded. So I've already seen that I've got another pot of these with paper flowers in. That will look quite nice. The glass bottle of paper flowers could go on the top shelf as well. Oh, hang on, back again. And I'm also thinking that this shelf, which is quite tall, could handle like pots with pens in. I think I'll keep this one over here. Yeah, I'm thinking about decanting some of my art supplies into pots and keeping them there instead, because at the moment, back again. At the moment I've got quite a lot of pencil cases full of pens like this, and I just think, well, they could go in pots. And this massive cardboard box, this takes up so much room. I wouldn't mind taking that out. Yeah, and they could go in a nice pot instead. And that's the fun bit, isn't it? You've got to have fun bits as well when you're tidying up and sorting out. Well, the shelves are filling up. This is the fun bit. I'm really enjoying myself. And I'm trying to keep everything here that is nice to look at. I'm trying to find nice boxes to put things in. But yeah, this stuff is all changeable and could, yeah, change. And I forgot to say earlier that when I was talking about this shelf, that this is the other one I think I mentioned earlier that also came from our very first house about 27 years ago, also covered in denim. But when I did a sort of update of this room a few years ago, I slapped white paint on everything, including this. So I've just slapped white paint on this denim, and yeah, it does look better, I think. And if I can be bothered, I'll because yeah, the front of this, actually, if I pull just, oh no, I can't get my fingers in. If I can just pull these forward a bit, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Yes, I can, I think. There. If I let these like overhang a bit, then you can't see the grubbiness of the denim. And then this bit on the edge, I don't know, just like, let's stick a feather there and then cover up that bit of grubbiness, or perhaps I'll find something else to put there. I think that's looking not too bad at all, to be honest. Could be better, but not bad. So this is what I've sorted out. This is what I'm not keeping. So I've got lots of fake flowers, a little box of jewellery making bits, some more fake flowers, lots and lots of broken jewellery, bits and bobs, and some vintage jewellery that's not broken. And then this tin is full of felting bits and bobs. So there we are, I'm getting there. Oh my god, this is just filling me with so much joy. I've just swapped the white box that was here that had these in for this brown box. It just came in the post with some more art supplies, believe it or not. And that fits, look, perfectly. So I can't get any more of those, which is fine. That solves that. That stops me from buying any more. And I put the other part of the box, because they've fitted in, I've just popped it in there. We've got space to put something there potentially. And we've got space here for some more inks, because I've actually ordered some, because now I have discovered spray inks. I want them all. So we've got space for them there. I guess the next thing on my mission is to now go through all this lot. I might start with this. This is my basket of business cards, cards I pick up mainly at craft fairs for, you know, lovely things like this, Enchanted Oaks. I do want to treat myself to one of her dolls. They are beautiful. I see them at the fairy fair in Glastonbury every year and they are lovely. So these are things I want to keep. I know it's a bit old-fashioned to keep business cards and stuff, but I do rummage through them, and I remember thinking things like, oh, there was that carpenter at that fair. I wonder if he's got a website or whatever, and then I just can come looking through. Yeah, the Punk Fairy artworks. I've bought some hair accessories from her. So, yeah, I'm going to put them in a box, I think, though, because they're not the prettiest to have hanging there. Well, I suppose if that one's at the front, then it is, but I think it just doesn't look very neat, and obviously I've got to go through this. I think probably a lot of this can be put into some of the things here, like these fabric flowers can go with the fabric flowers in there. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too difficult to find homes for things. Well, it's all looking even more messier over here now than it was, partly because I've been using some stuff actually to do a bit of journaling, but also underneath all this stuff here I found a basket of buttons that I had completely forgotten that I had. So I think I'm going to find some other storage for this, something that makes it a bit easier to rummage. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but it doesn't, because of all the plastic packaging, which I did debate whether to just pour it all into a basket altogether, but it is actually, could be useful to have groups of matching buttons. Yeah, so because of all the plastic it's not very pretty, so I think that can go in a box and hidden somewhere. But I do have some more storage bits and pieces that I could use, and I've just recently bought some cutlery which came in like a wooden box, which I thought would be good for the washi tape actually. But this fits so nicely on the lid of this box, so perhaps I'll just keep hold of that for now and potentially use it in the future, or maybe not. So this is looking a bit more empty now without the baskets hanging off of it, and I'm not sure whether to hang them back up. I don't know, haven't decided yet. And I'm also wondering whether it's time to take down that dress. It's been there for many years, sort of as my inspiration for Threads of a Fairy Tale. It's one of the dresses that sparked it all off in the first place. But I'm wondering whether it's time for a change. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today, and making some decisions about some bits and bobs. Yeah. Oh yeah, the nursery thermometer. I think it's still working. I think it's still working. After 27 years. Do I keep it or not? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not very good at getting rid of things, am I? night I wiped the table and that was it. And it was so nice to come into the studio this morning and just look at it all done. I have to say it took longer than I expected. All this bit, all the organising of the new storage, oh my god, that's just a delight. If I could do that every day, I would be the happiest person in the world. But of course it was all the finding the stuff that I found. It was finding homes for them. There's still the odd little bit that it's not 100% finished because I've got some space still. Oh well, hang on, let me quickly show you. So there's nothing in that basket that's hanging up there, and there's space in this box because I have ordered some more ink sprays, so I'm hoping they're going to fit in there. I've left the cutlery tray behind here, but apart from having that awl standing up in it, oh, there's sort of like a paintbrush laying down on one bit, there's actually nothing in there because it's too small. The compartment is too small. It's perfect for washi tape, but that's also perfect for washi tape, so I've just left that there for now. Might get rid of it if I don't need it. And I've still got pictures to put in the picture frames that Rain gave me. There's still some space on this wire shelf, and I'm not sure if I'm keen on the tub there, to be honest. So things might change a little bit. The scissors have got a storage space. I just can't get to them because sketchbooks because there's sketchbooks stacked on top of my sewing box at the moment. So, but that will go. That's got a home to go to. But oh my god, I'm so pleased. This area looks a lot cleaner now. I took down those little clay charms. And I think there's definitely room to add some pictures in or something else there. And I might also paint these baskets white to match that basket that I've painted white. I just really like it bright and airy. Well, I love watching other people tidying up and organising their studios, so I hope you've enjoyed this as well. Hopefully it's given you a bit of inspiration and a bit of oomph if you've got your room to do as well. So let me know which bit you'd like to see next. So I'm either going to move downwards really and slightly this way, because I've got, and so that will get me started on some of the fabric and things that are underneath this table. I've got some cardboard boxes full of stuff under there that needs sorting. There's a stack of magazines here that needs sorting, so I can move this light back and yeah, and get to that area. Or there's on top of the desk, so I need to do a thorough sort out of all these notebooks. They don't all need to be here anymore. I've got stacks of papers and bits that have been sitting there for a while. That's to be sorted out. Also, there's a drawer here that's been full, basically. Well, we got the desk 25 years ago, and I know that when we moved here, that desk drawer was full, and it's just been too full to use. So it'd be interesting to see what's in there. So it's either on top of the desk or under the table. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.